Hey! Let us introduce about One Earth.
Our Earth has beautiful environment.
But the environment is gradually being polluted.
How did it happen?
Water pollution is a severe problem in Malaysia.
If people throw rubbish into rivers, our environment will be affected.
It will lead to water pollution.
There will be a lot of garbage in the sea. Rivers will be seriously polluted.
Smoke from industries, transportations as well as smoking also will lead to air pollution.
Industrial areas become the severity place of air pollution. Smoke released from industries caused the severity of air pollution. What caused water pollution? These are the two major causes of water pollution: chemical fertilizer, pesticides and toxic waste. The chemical fertilizer contains many nutrients needed by plants. The farmers use fertilizer to harvest the crops faster. The pesticides also contain heavy metals to control or eliminate the pests such as iron, zinc, and lead. These pests are harmful to the crops and human. So, the farmers use pesticides to increase crops' productivity, but it brings negative impacts too. The chemicals and heavy metals infiltrate into soil, and be flushed away by wind and rain. This has making the water not suitable for human use, agricultural use and marine life. The chemicals and pesticides can kill pests, but water animals are not spared as it can kill them too. The fishes may take up the chemicals inside the water. Human eat the fishes will take up the chemicals too. The water will become contaminated water which is not suitable for drinking. Water disease such as diarrhea, kidney damage, polio and cholera. 3.57 million people dies from water disease every year. Toxic waste is a dangerous byproduct from manufacturing, farming, and laboratory activities. The toxic waste is poisonous, radioactive and carcinogenic. The toxic waste can cause death or injury to life. Poisonings occurs when toxic waste is ingested, inhaled or absorbed by skins. Routine products such as batteries, cell phones, and pesticides are form of toxic waste too. For aquatic life, it will decrease the oxygen level, and increase carbon dioxide in the water. It contributes to an imbalanced food chain as the fish is the main source of food for some animals too. Biodiversity as the living species involves the whole range of species, genetic and ecosystem variation. Eutrophication is an example of effects from water pollution and affects the biodiversity. Any disruption in food chain resulted from water pollution will cause biodiversity loss. Toxic waste will also increase the water temperature. For some living creature that are very sensitive to the temperature of the environment, it is very fatal for them to live. Coral is very sensitive to temperature and environment. 1 degree Celsius above average temperature can cause bleaching and kill coral. The ocean temperature is increasing 0.13 degrees Celsius per decade over the past 100 years. The next consequence that caused by water pollution is, yes, it is aquatic ecosystems affected. Before you see the destroyed aquatic ecosystems, let me show you the beautiful aquatic ecosystems that we have before. It is so beautiful, right? aquatic ecosystems was affected by chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Fertilizer travels into aquatic ecosystems by water. Therefore, the chemicals also flow into the water together. The chemicals lead to accelerated growth of aquatic plants. Therefore, the formation of massive algae blooms happened. Once the algae dies, it sinks to the bottom and starts to decay. Oxygen will be removed from the water when decomposition process happens, thus creating dead zones that cannot support aquatic life. Massive fish kills. Therefore, we can see that chemical fertilizers and pesticides really affect the aquatic ecosystems. Next, air pollution. Why does it happen? Firstly, it is caused by combustion of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels that cause air pollution are combustion petroleum, coal, and natural gas. However, petroleum is the main contributor to air pollution. There is a lot of cars used in one day to work or school. Cars release a large amount of carbon dioxide into atmosphere. Therefore, the combustion of petroleum from cars has caused air pollution. So, what is the second reason that caused air pollution? Yes, the next reason that contributes to air pollution is exhaust from factories. There is many factories can be found in Malaysia. Factories release carbon monoxide, hydrocarbon, organic compounds, and chemicals into the air. Therefore, it depleting the quality of air. Factories blow chemical vapors and smoke out through vents and smokestacks. They also burn waste in open dumps or incinerators. Therefore, we can conclude that combustion of fossil fuels and exhaust from factories will cause air pollution. Next, what are the consequences that brought by air pollution? Acid rain. Acid rain is caused by a chemical reaction that begins when compounds like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are released into the air. These substances can rise very high into the atmosphere, where they mix and react with water, oxygen, and other chemicals to form more acidic pollutants, known as acid rain. Forms of acid deposition. Acid rain can be deposited in two ways, which is wet deposition and dry deposition. Wet deposition. When acidic materials falls from the atmosphere to the ground in wet form, rain, snow, sleet, hail or fog, then it's called wet deposition. Dry deposition. When acids deposit on the Earth's surface in a dry form such as dust or gases, then it's called dry deposition. Acid rain is measured using a scale called pH. Normal rainwater equals pH 5.4 to pH 5.6, while acid rain equals pH 4.2 to pH 4.4. Effect of acid rain. First, it damages the statues, monuments and tombstone made up of stones and metals. Acid rain decrease the pH level of water. Low pH level kill fishes, their eggs and fish food organisms. Acid rain also damages high-altitude forests. Moreover, it limiting the soil of essential nutrients available to them. Global warming. Global warming occurs when carbon dioxide and other air pollution and greenhouse gases collect in the atmosphere and absorb sunlight and solar radiation that have bounced off the Earth's surface. Normally, this radiation would escape into space, but these pollutants, which can last for years to centuries in the atmosphere, trap the heat and cause the planet to get hotter. That's what's known as greenhouse effect. What is the effect of global warming? Melting glacier, early snowmelt, and severe drought will cause more dramatic water shortages. It also disruption of habitats such as coral reefs and alpine meadows could drive many plant and animal species to extinction. Forest, farms, and cities will face troublesome new pests, heat waves, heavy downpours, and increased flooding. To be continued to Part 2.